Paul, what's your last name? What's your official status?
P-O-S-S-H-A-R-D-T. Allen. F-R-E-I-D-M-A-N.
Thank you very much. NJCU home. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Fort Myers, Florida for Game 3 of the 2018 spring trip for New Jersey City University softball. Today, live from the CenturyLink Sports Complex, field number 3, the home of the Minnesota Twins during the spring. It is the New Jersey City Gothic Knights taking on the Brits of Albion College. Teams have just flipped. Albion will be the away team batting first here in the top of the first of this neutral site contest, and we'll give you the starting lineups in a moment. But our leadoff batter will be Angela Hossis facing Christina Mezzi, and the first pitch is ball 1. The Gothic Knights dropped both games yesterday, losing to Clark in their season opener. That was actually a no-hitter. They lost 10-1, committed 6 errors in the game. That is high for ball 2, before falling in a pretty tightly contested game to Kenyon, 3-0. Kenyon had just 6 hits before it came in 1 inning when they put up all 3 runs. Gothic Knights had 2 in the loss. The 2-0 is a called strike. You can follow the live stats for this one on NJCUGothicKnights.com, where you are also probably following the video for today's contest. Popped in the air, foul territory. It's going to be out of play, and the count is 2-2. Here's the defensive alignment today for NJCU, coming in with a record of 0-2 on the year. Christina Mezzi, the Gothic Knight ace, throws behind the plate to new catcher Kayla Clark, who moves over from left and right field where she played yesterday. Gianna Benakisis is at first base. We'll continue in a moment. That's high for ball 3. New second baseman today will be Melissa Mendoza. Shortstop for the Gothic Knights, Dianora Flores. Hannah Gavin is at third base. The 3-2 popped in the air. Foul territory. Kayla Clark makes the catch. So Hofsis fouls out on 6 pitches. It'll bring up the left fielder, number 12, Kelsey Vogelman. Completing the defensive lineman for the Gothic Knights today, left field, the flex player. And the flex player will be Dulce Amante. Julie Squia is in center field, the senior for the Gothic Knights. And in right field today, she was the catcher yesterday, sophomore Ariana Stremo. Vogelman offers at the first pitch. The 0-1. That's off the plate, 1-1. For Albion, Angela Hossis leads off and plays center. Kelsey Vogelman bats second and plays left. Lauren Bower, and I apologize for the pronunciations. I don't have a pronunciation guide, and obviously the first time I've ever seen Albion play, is the shortstop. And the designated player today will be Grace Conley. He's the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth and playing third base is Rebecca Rodriguez. Bunted foul, and it's 1-2. Continuing the lineup today for the Brits, Brianna Charon is the pitcher. She bats sixth. Kimberly Freitas, she's the catcher, batting seventh. Batting eighth and playing second base will be number 11, Camille Roloff. The right fielder batting ninth will be number 6, Savannah Spring. And the flex player at first base is number 20, Estacia Martinez. 1-2 pitch in the dirt, gloved by Kayla Clark, the 3-sport athlete for the Gothic Knights, cross country, women's basketball, and softball. One-time NJAC Rookie of the Week last year was Kayla Clark. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's fouled back towards us. And it remains 2-2. We're in the top of the first inning. This is the first of 4 broadcasts today on the Ira Thor's Insane Network. After this game, we will do the Drew game next door. Then I'm going to hop back in the car, drive 2.5 hours up to Auburndale when the Gothic Knight baseball team takes on, as that is fouled away, as the Gothic Knight baseball team later today, beginning at 4 o'clock, will take on Emerson in a doubleheader. So yes, if my voice holds up and I can put gas in the car, we will do all 4 Gothic Knights spring trip games today. That has never been done before. I'm sure there'll be some coffee along the way. The 2-2, well, they'll have to wait as Mezzi steps off the rubber. I'm going to try to remember to update the scoreboard. It's a little hard to do 4 things at once, but I'm going to add that to the list, and that is ball 4. So Vogelman with a 1-out walk, and will bring up the shortstop, Lauren Bower. Currently it's 57 degrees, but that will definitely be going up, probably about 20 degrees before this day is done here in Fort Myers. Swing on that one with the lead at first base, 0-1. First time I've ever been in Fort Myers. I've gone with the softball team in South Carolina to Orlando, to Kissimmee, but first time in Fort Myers I've come down here for this. That's off the glove of Clark. It's going to be a pass ball, and that will allow the runner to advance. So Vogelman is second on the pass ball, 1 out, runner in scoring position. That's in the dirt, gloved by Clark. That is high, 3-1. Now, it's a little bit breezy here, but the sun is out. Bright sunny skies here in South Florida, and this certainly beats the weather we had up in upstate New York for the NCAA basketball tournament. The 3-1 popped in the air. At shortstop, backing up is Flores, and she drops the ball. Throws to third to try to get the out there, but everyone is safe and on the air. Bower all the way down to second base. So an E6 drop, advance on the air. Alert base running by Vogelman to take off, and 2 runners are in scoring position for the designated player Conley. As the 8th error of the year so far for the Gothic Knights already, barely in the 3rd game of the year. Conley out of Chicago, Illinois. Freshman. Yeah, 2-ball count here. Pass ball and an error, and the Brits trying to take advantage right here in the top of the first here at the Lee County Parks and Recreation CenturyLink Field. That's a called strike. Ignore the people on base here. I'm still trying to learn how to use our little graphics toy that we just got before the season. I think I now have it right with runners in second and third. If I forget to update it throughout the game, please no angry letters, fans. As, again, trying to do 3 people's jobs by myself. That's what you do on these spring trips, and Conley did the job, and she draws the 5-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded, and this will draw a conversation from the new Gothic Knight assistant coach, Ashley Martinez, who comes out to have a chat with both Christina Mezzi, Kayla Clark, and the rest of the infield and try to get their focus turned around. Martinez in her first year, brand new coaching staff all around for the Gothic Knights. Mark Del Volpe, who was the assistant coach the last 2 years, took over in September for Veronica Grant. Volpe's 3rd year overall at the school, his first as head coach. We just saw Ashley Martinez come off the field. Former standout at Dominican College in New York. It's her first season with the team. Alexis Wilson is the 3rd member of the coaching staff. This will bring up Rodriguez, the third baseman. 1 out, bases loaded. A golden opportunity here for the Brits in the top of the first. That's a called strike. Umpires today are Paul Bossart, Tall Paul as he told me to call him on the pregame, and Alan Freeman. Low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Inside corner, that's a called strike 1 and 2. Mezzi could certainly use a strikeout here. Ground ball towards the Gothic Knight dugout will remain 1 and 2. Mezzi didn't pitch bad at all yesterday in either game, but she didn't get much help defensively. 8 errors now behind her this year, and we just started the year and a number of pass balls. Liner at Mendoza. And she flips to Flores. And a line-out double play, 4-6, and the Gothic Knights get out of trouble. A timely double play, the Gothic Knights needed that. And Albion unable to take advantage of the error and the bases loaded situation here in the top of the first. We'll enter the stats for those who are watching at home. And in the first inning for the Brits, no runs, no hits, 1 error for the Gothic Knights, and 2 left on. Let's take a look at the batting order for NJCU in this contest, and then the defensive lineman for Albion. For NJCU, Christina Mezzi leads off in pitches. Dianora Flores is shortstop, bats second. Julie Squeals is center fielder, batting third. Hannah Gavin in the cleanup spot. She's the third baseman. Freshman Gianna Benakista has the big responsibility this year, not only playing first base, but replacing former all-conference player Brittany Polakis. She bats fifth. Melissa Mendoza is the second baseman, batting sixth. She just made that double play to end this inning. Ariana Scrimo in right field now. She bats seventh. Jamila Leonardo, the designated player today, batting eighth, and behind the plate and batting ninth will be Kayla Clark, the sophomore catcher for the Gothic Knights. Defensively for Albion, Brianna Sharon will be the pitcher, throwing to Kimberly Freitas. At first base is Stasia Martinez. She's the flex player today. Camille Roloff is the second baseman. The shortstop is Lauren Bauer. And at third is Rebecca Rodriguez. In the outfield for the Brits, you got Kelsey Vogelman in left, Angela Hofstis in center, and Savannah Spring playing right. Ira Thor with you live here in Fort Myers, Florida, riding solo on this broadcast, on this trip. Riding solo last night as I drove from Davenport, where I'm staying with the baseball team, all the way up here, or down here I should say, to Fort Myers, and I'm likely going to do the same thing on Wednesday before heading back to much colder home in New Jersey. Christina Mezzi, 5'5" junior right-handed pitcher out of Jersey City, St. Dominic's Academy, criminal justice major, steps to the plate here for the Gothic Knights. Let's play with the graphics a little bit, take the people off the bases. Look at them apples, I can use a graphics program. 0-1 pitch here to Mezzi. That's in the dirt. And it's a ball and a strike. That is high. I'm realizing the live stat links for whatever reason are not on our website. So let me see if I can adjust it on the fly. I don't know why that is. Come on, Phil Nagley. You had one job, buddy. That is high. Ground ball, shortstop. And the throw is made by Bower for out number 1. So 1 away, and I'll bring up Dianor Flores, considered the top newcomer on this year's team by head coach Mark Della Volpe. And that is ball 1. Slow ground ball, third base. And Flores runs well, but a good play by Rodriguez for out number 2. So with 2 away, brings up Julie Squio. Julie's worked in my office for a number of years. I'm going to miss her upon graduation, and she has a milestone she's chasing, 100 career hits, roughly 23 away. And that's fouled back towards us. Julie sat with me in the lobby last night along with Zoe Viant and helped me put together the box score from game 1 against Clark. It's very difficult to put together box scores from a book from a game you did not see. Fouled off the top of the screen. And that's chopped sharply foul. All right, now the live stat links are uploaded. So if you are trying to watch the game on live stats, they really are available. It just would have helped if the link had been posted, and they now are. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball back to the pitcher. The flip to first. And the play by Charon ends the inning, and the Gothic Knights go down 1-2-3. So in the first inning for the Knights, no runs, no hits, and nobody left. We head to the second, no score. Albion, NJCU in sunny Fort Myers. And we're back here for the second inning. And the pitcher, Charon, takes a called strike. It'll be Charon Freitas and Roloff to lead off here for the Brits in the scoreless second inning. As in the air, center field, Julie Squio came in a little too far, then at the last second was able to adjust and leap and make the catch. And as I put those stats in, Squio, I said in the season preview that if there was anybody that was capable of making a move to center field this year, it is Julie Squio. She is an athletic player who has made a number of acrobatic catches in left field over the years, where she was one of the best defensive players in the NJAC in the outfield. I'm sad in his career, close to 80 career hits. But she's got a big responsibility this year playing center with an inexperienced new outfield around her. Nobody returning in either of those positions, so her responsibility is high. That is a ball, 2-0 here to the catcher Freitas. She's the number 7 hitter in this Brit lineup. These teams have played before, but of course only here in Florida, Albion being in Michigan and the Graphic Knights being in New Jersey. Not a game you'll obviously see during the regular season. 3 balls. That's a called strike. Brits coached by Leanne LaFave, her 3rd season head coach. Popped in the air, left center, coming in, making the catch, Almonte. So a shallow fly ball tracked down in this bright sunny sky by Almonte to bring up the second baseman Roloff. Roloff, a freshman on this very young Brit squad. A lot of freshmen on this roster. She's out of Martinsville, Indiana. Mezzi deals. That's a called strike. Albion enters this contest 1-3 on the year. They lost twice in February. Played on February 16th. Lost to Cleary and Kalamazoo. That's fouled back towards us. And then yesterday in their spring debut down here in Fort Myers, actually it was in Naples, they lost to Waynesburg 6-1, and then in a crazy offensive battle, edged Anna Maria 15-14 in 8 innings. It was not an NFL game, but the score is like it. Gavin knocks it down. The throw to first is not in time, so that's going to be an infield single. So a single to third base with 2 outs, and it'll be the number 9 hitter, Spring, coming to the plate. Spring is a sophomore out of Waterford, Michigan. Ground ball bunt, and everybody's going to be safe. Going to third. Alertly, good base running there by Roloff, and then as on the throw, Spring advances. So small ball, softball, and the Brits now runners at second and third. That is a bunt single by Spring. Roloff goes to third, and then Spring takes off. So now runners at second and third. And Hofsis is the batter. Fly ball down the left field line. It's going to fall in and roll past the left fielder. 2 runs will score on the bloop double. And Albion has grabbed a 2-0 lead. So 2 RBI double with 2 outs by Hofsis. Real tough spot there for Almonte to try to come in to make that play. Spring scores, Rolo scores. Now we're back here for the top of the third. I'm trying to fix some technical difficulties, which happen when you are not at home. But first pitch to Bower, and a line out to the Gothic Knights shortstop, Dianora Flores, so 1 pitch and 1 away. I'll bring up the designated player, Connolly. First pitch called strike. Connolly walked in the first inning. Top of the third inning, Brits lead. That's coming back towards me. I'm going to not make the catch. I was going to dive. It was right towards us. I reached out, but I would have had to take out all the equipment. I mean, I'm 41 years old. I just can't lay out like I used to. I wanted that one, guys. Second big disappointment athletically for me in the last week. I'll give you the other one in a moment. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Connolly down on strikes. And 2-way to bring up Rodriguez. The other big disappointment, I coach basketball in Howell, New Jersey, and last week in the fourth quarter of our game, my daughter actually took a shot. It got wedged between the backboard and the rim. And I was like, I got this, everybody. I got it. You know, back in the day, I was able to actually grab rim. And when I say back in the day, I'm talking about the 90s. Took 3 steps, normal approach, leapt, didn't come anywhere close to the ball, and everybody laughed. Many of them who are parents who are my friends, and they have been with me ever since. So, yeah. Can't get anywhere close to the rim anymore. Can't dive and lay out and catch a softball. But hopefully we can announce the game here, and Albion leads 2-0. That is low. Three-ball count coming here after I tell the tales of my inability to do anything athletic anymore. That is a called strike. Mezzi trying to get out of this inning. 1, 2, 3. The Gothic Knights have 2 hits today. That is ball 4. That is the third, 1, 2, 3, fourth walk. Fourth walk given up by Mezzi thus far. She's allowed 3 hits. And the pitcher, Charon, who lined out to center field to start the second inning, steps to the plate for her second at bat of the game. Has a called strike. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Good pitch by Mezzi. And it's 0-2. Ground ball, second base. Mendoza with the flip to Benakista, and the inning comes to a close at second base on the 4-3. But in the third, for the Brits, no runs, no hits. They strand a runner after the walk. Bottom of the third coming up. 2-0 Albion here in Fort Myers. You're watching Gothic Knights softball on NJCU, GothicKnights.com.
You should have heard the crowd. You should have heard it better. It was off the bounce.
Yeah, it was off.
What I thought. I played co-ed with her. She screams when the ball hits.
Bottom of the third inning for NJCU, trailing 2-0 on their third game of the spring trip. Kayla Clark, the three-sport athlete for the Gothic Knights, steps to the dish, looking for her first hit of the young season. The Gothic Knights have 2 hits today. They had 2 hits in the loss yesterday to Kenyon as well. Trying to improve each day under first-year head coach Mark Della Volpe in the third base box right now. That swung on and missed, goes back towards me. We say hello. That was catcher Kimberly Freitas, came back to track that ball down. The 2-1 coming here from Sharon. On the outside corner for strike 2, 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Clark strikes out. So we head to the top of the order now. It'll be Mezzi coming to the plate. Christina Mezzi looking for her first hit of the year. Grounded out 6-3 in the first inning. Swung on and miss on a ball off the plate. A little foul tip on that action. And it's 0-2. After this game, the Knights will take on Drew. They are playing on the game to our right on field number 4. That is scheduled for an 11 a.m. first pitch. Breaking the action here, we'll zoom in on head coach Mark Della Volpe. After 2 years as an assistant, now the head coach this season, talking to Christina Mezzi. I think that's a much better picture of the field. No balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Low. Ira Thor with you live here at CenturyLink Field number 3 in Fort Myers, Florida. This whole complex is spring training home of the Minnesota Twins. Mezzi goes down on strikes. So back-to-back strikeouts. Sharon so far 2 2/3 innings. She's allowed 2 hits, struck out 3 on 33 pitches. She's walked none. That'll bring up Flores, the shortstop for the Gothic Knights, also looking for her first career hit. That is off the plate and at her feet. So Flores lays off 1 ball. Ground ball, shortstop. Bobble momentarily. And that error allows Flores to reach. So the bobble allowed Flores, who has a lot of speed, and you got to play it cleanly against her. You're not going to have that extra second. So an E6 fielding error extends the inning and brings up Julie Squillo, and we'll see if the Gothic Knights can capitalize. And that is off the plate. Strike one. O2 pitch popped in the air. Behind the circle, coming in and making the catch is the second baseman. And roll-off ends the inning. So a P4, and Flores reached on the error, is stranded, and the Gothic Knights unable to capitalize. In the third inning for NJCU. No runs, no hits, one error, one left on base. Fourth inning coming up here in Fort Myers. Top of the fourth inning. And it'll be Freitas, roll-off, and Spring. The number 7, 8, 9 batters due up for the Brits. We say good morning and hello to Bobby Lee, the Sports Information Director at Albion, who I have the pleasure of serving on our National D3 Board of Directors with. Ground ball on the bunt attempt. It's going to be foul territory as it was kicked up a little chalk, and Clark picked it up just off the line. That is going to be strike one. Bobby Lee served as the regional representative on the D3 side of Board of Directors with me. I think it was the year before I became president, and I'm now past president because I'm, living in the past. So Bobby, good morning. Hopefully you have some nice weather up in Michigan. And if not, we'll have to package this and send this north to all of our friends as high. I actually still have my pullover on, but I think that's coming off between innings. Two balls, one strike. Lined right at Flores and makes the catch. She drops to one knee and is able to make the play. Well, that's a position the Gothic Knights desperately need a star at. They had 24 errors last year at shortstop. Flores, the freshman, very highly touted, and hopefully her defense can be something that sparks the team this year. One out, and I'll bring up Roloff, the second baseman, whose defensive play ended that last half inning. And that is a called strike. It's a called strike as well. No balls and 2 strikes. Albion has 2 runs, all coming in the second inning. 3 hits, 1 error. The Gothic Knights, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. Here's Mezzi's 0-2 pitch to roll off. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout for Mezzi in 3 2/3 innings of work. That brings up the right fielder, Spring. And spring is the way it feels today. Finally, some nice weather. I was up in Plattsburgh, New York with our men's basketball team at the NCAA tournament. It's supposed to be a 5-hour drive. It took me 7.5 hours driving up about 30 miles an hour on I-87 because it was snowing. And let's just say I didn't want to drive off a mountain. That would have probably ruined my day. Gothic Knights led at halftime in that NCAA game by 11. They led by 14 in the second half, but shot less than 30% in the second half and had their marvelous 2018 season end at the hands of Union 76-72. Union then fell to Plattsburgh, who will play next week in the Sweet 16. Ramapo members of the NJAC did advance to the Sweet 16. They're also going to host the regional, and that's lined to left center field. Base hit. Almonte was playing in. Squeal has to come over and slide all the way from center field to prevent it from rolling to the wall. And it is going to be a double for Spring with 2 outs. So with runner on second base and Hofstas, the center fielder, stepping to the plate. 4th hit for Albion. Their first extra base hit of this game. That's in the dirt, gloved by Clark. I'm a little confused as to what just happened. There's some kind of dead ball violation. And a ball issued to the Gothic Knights. It's now 3-0. Okay, well, I haven't seen that before. Runner at second base, 2 outs, the 3-0. That is a called strike. It's about that time of the day where I usually have a cup of coffee. Don't have one in my hand right now. Hopefully the sun shines enough. Ground ball, Flores, nice play, through to first. Oh, as wide of the base, it's going to score a run as Spring comes in on the throwing error. Flores tried to make a play on Hofstas at first, who was down that line fairly quickly. Throw was off the mark. Would have been better in that spot to just eat it. And it's going to cost the Gothic Knights another run. So Albion leads 3-0 on the error. So single to shortstop. Hofstas would have beat that out regardless. Spring would have been at third, but she goes home on the throwing error. Currently on earned run. We'll see if that holds up. The left fielder, Vogelman. Looks at ball 1. So Hofstas at first now. The Brits trying to extend what right now is a 3-0 lead. And she might do so right there as that goes all the way to the wall in right center field. Squeal fires it in. Hofstas will score. It's an RBI double by Vogelman, and the Brits, they lead 4-0. Both runs are now earned. So I have to go back and change the run by Spring to earned, because she would have scored anyway. Yes, for those who don't score baseball and softball often, it is fluid, and what was earned can change, and what is unearned can also change, and you just saw that happen right there, as even though Springs scored on what was an error, she would have scored on the double. So, Vogelman is at second base. Both runs have come in on 3 straight hits with 2 outs, a double by Spring, a single by Hofsis, and an RBI double by Vogelman. And Bower, the shortstop, steps to the plate. Now 4 runs and 6 hits. Ground ball. Flores finds it, knocks it down, and not in time. An infield single by Bower. Vogelman heads to third. Flores in the hole there, tried to knock it down and just couldn't recover in time to throw out Connolly, and now Bower. Now Connolly steps to the plate with runners on the corner, still 2 outs. And Bower's going to steal second base. The Gotham won't even attempt to throw because Vogelman would have scored. So good choice here by the Brits to take that base as a strike. Mezzi just going to worry about the batter here, Connolly. Connolly in this game so far has walked and struck out swinging. Going to change the score here on the graphics. This is not easy to do by yourself. Popped in the air, left field. Almonte racing in. She's not going to get there. Falls in. Vogelman scores. And Freitas goes down on strike swinging. The inning comes to a close, but not before Albion blows the game open. 5 runs on 6 hits. 1 error that did not contribute to the outcome of this frame. And 2 left on. 7-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
moderate snowstorm, but those mountain roads are not fun to drive on when the snow is going to drive from there. Okay, we didn't see all the men game. We put Union up there. Westport was the host of the it's basketball.
All right, we should be back now, folks. I have brought down the stream quality a little bit, and it's going to be not as crystal clear as I would like, but over wireless signal, sending that kind of bandwidth probably just wasn't going to work. So, if you are just tuning in after what was a little bit of delay here, bases are now loaded. There's one away after a strikeout. Spring singled. An error allowed Hofsis to reach, and now Vogelman has walked for the third time today, and that brings up Bower with one out. A run here, and the Brits could actually end this game in the bottom of the next half inning, because they would have an 8-0 lead if they can score again. They're looking for their second win of the year, the Gothic Knights. Just trying to stay competitive right now. Foul ball. It's going to drift out of play and land between fields 3 and 4. Again fouled away. This one is going to go all the way right behind the other backstop. Just again, you can hear in the background people yelling, heads up, heads up, heads up. With the way the layout of the field's here, if a ball does clear the backstop, you often don't know it's coming. That is low, blocked by Clark. I believe it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it is. You have to do this off memory as there are no scoreboards here. In the air, deep center field, Squeal going back, it's gone. Grand slam home run, and the Brits lead 11-0. The wall actually gives out underneath Squeal, who went all the way back and tried to pull it in. A valiant effort by Squeal, but a grand slam by Bower, and Albion with their 11th hit has 11 runs. Straight away center field. You could not have lined it up much more perfectly than that. Everything was earned except for the Hofsys run, as she obviously reached on the air. Connolly, the DP, who had a 2-run double in the 4th, steps in. It's a called strike. Still just 1 away. Albion traveled very well, and their fans were certainly pleased with that home run that has made it an 11-0 lead. That is low. And the throwback to the pitcher goes over Mezzi's head. Flores has to track that one down in center field. That is low as well, blocked by Clark. Four runs here in the 5th after a 5-run 4th. Line drive, base hit through the left side. Flores really had no chance there. Was hit sharply. Connolly with the 12th hit now for the Brits. Her 2nd hit of the day. So still 1 away. And we're going to have a change here. I think we're going to have a pinch runner. And we'll see number 18, Hope Morrissey, come in as a pinch runner. Thank you. Appreciate when the umpire tells me what's going on. Fortunately, we've got a good vantage point behind home plate here, so did see for myself that we have a pinch runner, Hope Morrissey. Ground ball off the glove of Mezzi. Flores has to recover, step on second, throw to first in time for an athletic 1-6-6-3 double play. So Rodriguez grounds out 1-6-6-3 GDP. Morrissey, the pinch runner, out on the play. You have to credit the 1 because it was off the glove of Mezzi. But in the 5th inning, 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, a grand slam home run by Bower. The Brits can win it here in the bottom of the 5th coming up. They lead by 11. Last chance for NJCU here. And it'll be Screamo, Leonardo, Clark. 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up. Screamo, her shining moment came last year in the second to last game of the season against William Patterson when she had a walk-off base hit that knocked off the 20th ranked Pioneers in Jersey City, which was just NJCU's second ever win against a ranked team, and it happened for the second time in, I think, in a 3-year window. Ground ball, that's going to get through the middle there, past the shortstop who was playing shallow. And the 3rd hit for the Gothic Knights. First hit of the year for Ariana Screamo, the Gothic Knights sophomore. A secondary education major for the Gothic Knights, and history, by the way, a double major from Kearney, New Jersey. Gothic Knights will have a pinch runner, and Zoe Viant, freshman out of Union City, who I owe a big debt of gratitude, because she sat with me and Joey Squillo in the lobby last night and helped us put together the box score of Game 1. The other team wasn't here, so we wanted to have stats, kind of had to do it ourselves. And again, very difficult to do for a game that you were not at. So as the first time Viant has played as a collegian. And it brings up the designated player. Leonardo. Popped in the air to shortstop, out number 2. Out number 2. Out number 1. Notes were incorrect here. It's a P6. That brings up Kayla Clark, the number 9 hitter. Check swing. I think she got a piece of it. And a foul ball. Leonardo just popped out. I had a feeling she kind of went into the game in the last half inning. And that was just confirmed by the umpire. Popped in the air, right side, coming over to make the catch as the second baseman roll off. And the Gothic Knights are down to their final out. Last chance will be Christina Mezzi. Mezzi is 0 for 2, a ground out to shortstop, and she struck out. Otherwise, the Gothic Knights are going to fall to 0 and 3 on the season. And that's lined into center field for a base hit. Viant went a little too far. Gets the stop sign from head coach Mark Delavolpe. Christina Mezzi gets her first hit of the season. And we're going to have a pinch runner here. We'll see another freshman make her first appearance. And we'll see Miriam Dahan, freshman out of Jersey City, New Jersey, pinch run. I would assume for Christina Mezzi, and that is indeed what will happen. Han is a utility player for the night. She'll get her first collegiate action on the base paths. And Dianora Flores, 0 for 2 today. She grounded out the third, reached on an error, will step in. Albion, should they score a hold up, will improve to 2 and 3 on the year. They have one more game today. Popped in the air, shallow center, coming in. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Coming around to score will be Viant, and the Gothic Knights do get on the board. On their third hit of the inning, a bloop single by Flores, her first career base hit, her first career RBI, and the Gothic Knights trail 11-1. Julie Squio now steps in. And looks like a slider there. Squio, an English and Lit major out of Carlstadt, New Jersey, Beckton Regional High School. One of 4 captains this year. That's to left field. Coming in and making the catch on the line drive, Vogelman. And the game comes to a close on the lineout. The Gothic Knights do get on the board here in the 5th on 3 straight hits, including the RBI single by Flores. But they leave 2, and they fall today in Game 1 of our 2 games here in Fort Myers by a score of 11-1. For Albion, 11 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. Gothic Knights, 1 run, 5 hits, and 3 errors. 5 runs in the top of the 4th inning for the Brits, who had led 2-0 after 3 innings. And then a grand slam that came in the top of the 5th. Grand slam by Bower, the difference as this game comes to a close in the minimum number of innings, 5. The Brits improved to 2 and 3. The Gothic Knights fall to 0 and 3. They will play Drew. That game is tentatively scheduled to begin at 11 a.m. on the field behind me. We'll move the equipment over there very carefully and try to bring you the broadcast of that one as well, as the teams shake hands and today's game comes to a close. On behalf of everyone at NJCU Athletics, I'm Ira Thor. Thanks for watching today's broadcast of NJCU softball here on Gothic Vision. Our next game at 11 a.m. here in Florida.